I'm actually going to change my game plan for the new slinky enclosure. Now, as you guys know, there's been a lot of talk about these new reptile laws. However, there's been some rumors floating around that they're going to add all monitor lizards. This side is going to be for the black throats, and over here we're going to make a large pond for slinkies. If a new law comes into play, I'm not sure I'll be able to breed those animals. Oh, look at her. I'm going to have to do some work on her enclosure and all the monitor lizards enclosures. You know what? I'm up for the challenge. God, I love croc monitors. Spectacular. Look at this. We'll give you an update on Bobby Rubino. Bobby is still not well, but he's still alive. What's going on, everybody? Kenan here. It is a gorgeous day. I'm so happy. I wanted to kind of hang out with you guys a little bit and fill you in on the new critters. Oh, there's the female and there's the male. It is John and Chevy. There they are, both hanging out. These guys are beautiful. So today I want to update you on these two new beauties that I got. I want to feed them some eggs and I want to show you how they eat the eggs. These are egg specialists. They love raiding bird nests, reptile nests, crocodile nests in their native land. Monitors are just such interesting animals and they love to eat eggs. But here's John right here. Now the female, she's real shy. She likes to hang back, but we're gonna have to keep an eye and make sure she gets some of these eggs. Here's John. Come on, John, I got another egg for you, buddy. They ate a bunch of eggs earlier, so I just wanted to kind of show you what was going on. So there he goes. Watch how he does it, guys. Really, really cool. I also wanted to fill you in on the other monitors and where they moved to and where all the other lizards went. I'll show you what I did and how I kind of move things around in here. And I want to show you what I'm going to be doing. Look at him go. He's going to swallow that thing whole, isn't he? Holy smokes. And so talking to my buddy Jerry, who's had this animal for many years, he says, you know, he's at the right temperature when he takes this whole egg down and he can just swallow it. He's going to try and crack it, looks like. Watch this. These brown eggs have some thicker shells, and these are actually farm-raised eggs from Jerry's house. He came over this morning. Oh, there you go. Good boy. Wow, well, that wasn't so bad. How about we roll another egg in there? There you go, little buddy. Use that tongue, find that egg. I just love the face of this lizard. It is absolutely stunning. Beautiful big lizard. John is definitely handsome. And I think in no time, this guy's going to become a buddy, I think. He's really calming down already. But here's the thing, folks. We had the croc monitor in here, as you guys know. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually, big news here. What's she doing? She's just kind of hiding back there while he's doing his thing. Look at this. How cool. I hope you guys like this as much as I do. I love big monitor lizards. So what I'm going to do is I've shifted animals around to make room for these two new critters. And since I'm in the process of doing some construction, I'm now going to show you what I've decided to do. And I know that when we get out there and I start showing you, it's going to drive some of you guys crazy because I must have had, in the last year, I probably had 20 different ideas for this enclosure. But I think now, with the arrival of these two, it's going to be very important. Oh, you're wasting all that good egg. And he'll lick up that egg, by the way. There you go. See, this is what he'll do. He'll just kind of lick it up, drink it up. But sometimes the best thing to do is actually to soft boil the eggs so that they don't waste any of it. So he didn't get as much protein as I would have liked, but he'll go ahead and drink that up. And you'll notice she even moved away furthermore. All right. Anyway, let me get to what we got to get going on. See you guys. I'll be back. So being that these animals are incredible, and I'm very lucky that I was able to get these. I've always wanted black throats. What I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to change my game plan for the new slinky enclosure. So the slinky enclosure is going to be 40 foot long, and it is going to be 25 foot wide. Now, as you guys know, there's been a lot of talk about these new reptile laws. And as of right now, when this law went into effect last week, it only is dealing with tegus, iguanas, pythons, of course, the large species of pythons, and only one species of monitor lizard, the Nile monitor. However, there's been some rumors floating around that they're going to add all monitor lizards to the prohibited list. Now, I have had these animals for many years. I'll be grandfathered in. I'm also going to be doing things to make this more of an accredited facility so I can continue to do the conservation work I do. That being said, you'll notice the block wall that I have here, I'm actually going to now comply with the new regulations from Fish and Wildlife here in Florida. So if I'm to keep any prohibited species outside, you now have to have at least a 4-foot tall block wall. I'm going to have to then do 2 inches of cement before I put my soil down. And of course have a screen top. So here's what's going on. I'm going to build this thing to their new regulations even before, or they may not put the monitors on the list or not, but I'm going to overbuild because I think it's going to be important. I'm going to just go for it. So we're going to add another course, 2 courses of cinder block. Okay, so we'll get the 4-foot. We're going to have caps on it. I'm removing all wood. The entire wood structure is going to be removed, and I'm actually contacting a gentleman that makes screen houses, aluminum screen houses. So I'm going to really create an aviary in here. Now, next week, the guys from Aquascape are coming. They're going to build, we're going to build right in here the pond. So first the pond is going to go in next week, and then I'm going to finish the cement, finish doing everything I need to do to secure the flooring by adding pavers and then putting cement over them. And then I'm going to add the really cool aluminum structure, and then we're going to string up our screen from knit wire. So it's going to be a couple of months before I get this thing finished, but here's what's going to happen. You see right here, this hoe marks the halfway point between the enclosure, okay? And that shovel marks it as well. So directly across, I'm going to split this in half. This side is going to be for the blackthroats. We're going to have a waterfall starting over in that corner. It's going to stream. There'll be a stream trickling through their enclosure. It is then going to disappear through the magic of Ed from Aquascape's incredible talent. He says he's able to make it disappear into an underground reservoir, which of course then we're going to have our divider so that the lizards over here cannot get over to here and vice versa. So it's going to be completely divided, but it'll still be part of the same water supply. And over here, we're going to make a large pond for Slinky. So Slinky's going to live here, and he's going to have a 20 by 25 foot area, which is much larger than where he's living now. And they're going to have a really nice area. And Pinky is going to stay in her enclosure, because I'm not sure if a new law comes into play, I'm not sure I'll be able to breed those animals. So I'm just getting things ready in anticipation for a potential new law. It's going to take us to, you know, work with the TAG group. They have a special group of industry leaders and conservationists to try and find the best way forward with the law. So hopefully they'll listen to us and we can work together and make some sensible regulations so that we can continue to keep these animals but make sure they don't get out into the environment. Anyhow, this is going to be the ultimate monitor lizard habitat, because we're going to have blackthroats, we're going to have Slinky. It's going to be a beautiful aviary. It'll be completely screened in the middle so they can't go back and forth. So that's what's going on. And I know, like I said, I drive people crazy because I always come up with these ideas. That's the idea, because those blackthroats, I don't want them inside under artificial light. I want to get them outside into the best possible situation. Let's see what Laggath is doing, everybody. Eventually, I'm going to have to redo Laggath's enclosure, because if they do ban certain types of, oh, look at her. If they do ban certain types of monitor lizards, then I'm gonna have to do a 4-foot tall wall and cement floor in here. But I'll be able to do that. I'll be able to pour concrete and just make some forms and kind of retrofit this enclosure. But look at how beautiful she is. She's actually on the ground right here, just doing her thing. Really beautiful animal. I gave her an egg earlier. I like how the leaf litter is kind of, it's accumulating on the ground here. She looks so at home, and you see how she's basking, everyone? She's just basking in this dappling of sunlight. And remember, she's got that one good eye that she's keeping on me. She always keeps her head, you know, cocked to where she can keep me in her view. But she's a gorgeous animal. Oh, easy does it, my little love. Easy does it. And there's that tail curl, and that means she's not feeling too confident. So you just have to read their body language. You have to give them the respect they deserve. But she's got such a large enclosure. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do some work on her enclosure and all the monitor lizards enclosures. But you know what? I'm up for the challenge. I want to do whatever I can to make sure we keep these animals, and so I can keep educating everyone on them and continue to work with these amazing species of lizards, because they really are highly intelligent. They're very interactive, and they definitely show me so much. It's always interesting to be around them, because I'm always learning from them. So we're doing that. I am going to make an outdoor area for that indoor cage. I'm still waiting on Princess Buttercup's permit. I'm hoping that that'll get sorted here in the next couple of weeks. Who knows? But I'm going to take down this tree next week, and I'm going to take the big stumps, the big trunk, and we're going to move it over there and dress up Slinky's portion of the cage with some really cool trunks, because eventually I'm ripping this out, and we're going to take we're going to have the 4-foot tall concrete, and there'll be a door that'll bring you into that area. I want to be able to give these animals indoor and outdoor sunlight. So that's what I'm going to do. So if I can get Buttercup back, she'll go in there. We'll see what happens. Here is my buddy Josh's croc monitor. She's very shy. I moved her outside, and she's getting some nice natural sunlight. She's just kind of hiding out a little bit. Do you guys see her? She's just hiding out just a little bit. So she's now in here. Okay. So we've shifted some animals around to make room for the 2 new ones. Here she goes. Yeah, she's very, very shy, but you could see that very arboreal body, very long, very spindly, but a very beautiful lizard nonetheless. So she's doing well too. And I think this suits an arboreal species, this habitat. It's very tall, we got a lot of branches, she's got a cave she can go in, but you're probably asking yourselves, where'd those ride? Look, she goes right into her cave. She does what? She's so shy. So she goes into her little cave, but at least she's getting natural sunlight, and boy, has it been beautiful. So the blue iguanas that used to live over by the pond are now in these temporary cages. These 2 are actually going to be finding new homes. They're going to be for sale, and you can inquire if you want a pair of blue iguanas. These are beautiful. But yeah, these guys I'm going to try and find a new place for. So they're in these temporary enclosures. And then what happened to the iguanas? Oh, she's back out again. Look at her. She came back out. Look at her go. Let's see. Wow. Such an acrobatic and just a real lithe and agile lizard. Look at how she climbs. No problems. Look at that. Look at that. What a gal. What a beautiful, beautiful animal. God, I love croc monitors. They are just spectacular. Look at this. All right, sweetheart, I won't disrupt you anymore. I just love showing you guys. I'm in awe. I think they're just tremendous. So you see I shifted things around, and I'm fortunate that I had cages to do that. Here's Pinky. She's up in her enclosure. I'm probably going to have to do something different with this enclosure, because for me to make sure that I adhere, again, we got to have cement wall. So I'm going to make a cement wall, and then I can literally just unscrew this aluminum from the wood, and I can just put it down again onto a cement structure. So pretty easy, and it'll actually give me more height. I think it'll be perfect. So let me go show you where Crazy Sophia and Stumpy have wound up. Here, of course, is the rec pond. I'm going to get in here, and I'm going to be doing some fertilizing with my really cool lilies, because the warm weather is back upon us. I don't think we're going to get too much more cold here now that it's already March. Fish, I got to get in here, I got to trim, but you know, it's always lots to do. So here's Stumpy and Crazy Sophia. So these guys now live in here. And again, these 2 may go to a new home as well. I don't know. we'll see. I really just want to keep a pair of everything, you know, one pair of everything, and that should be good. But these are very beautiful and special animals. So there's Stumps. Oh, you're gonna bite us, Stumpy? You're gonna bite everyone? You're getting tough? What's the matter? Good grief, boy. So that's what happened this week when I knew I was getting those black throats. How do you say no? How do you not get your hands on those animals when they're being offered to you? I couldn't say no. Jerry got a bunch of animals in. He really wanted to see those animals go to a good home. He's right down the block. He could still visit them. Like I said, he visited today and brought over some eggs. So the animals are still close. I am completely crazy about them. And that's what's going on. So before I leave, I want to walk on in here and I want to show you, give you an update on Bobby Rubino. Bobby is still not well, but he's still alive. I don't know. I've been doing what's called reptile ringers. I've been giving him, let me turn on this light. Don't mind the office. It's a little messy, guys. I hope you guys don't mind. But, you know, I've been, you know, giving him injections and tube feeding him, and he's still around. Oh, look, he crawled out of his water. I also was soaking him because I've been hydrating him through injections, but here he is. I mean, he's still alive, guys, but he does act a little weird. I did notice there's some urates in the water. That's good. I did notice a bowel movement as well. So, you know, Bobby's still alive. I'm still working on him. He's not dehydrated at this moment. He's got good weight. So, you know what? I'm just going to keep forging ahead. I hope I can get this little guy, you know, feeling better. And it's just, look, man, sometimes it takes a long time for these animals to recover. But here he is. He still looks, you know, his eyes look better. He's flicking his tongue. He just doesn't move the same. And I want to make sure, you know, he does have a little bit of an issue with mobility. So anyway, there's Bobby. We've got a heat pad under him right now. He's got UVB lighting under there. And then I soak him in this little water tub, but he's also got water to drink right there. So he's doing all right. I mean, I want to start seeing him eat on his own again. I'll probably have to tube feed him later on today, which basically I use a product called Critical Care, mix it up, and then you just take a syringe and you make sure you don't get it into his lungs. You have to get it past his trachea, and then I inject a little bit into his stomach. It's not pleasant, I'm sure, for him, but it's necessary. But look, here is Inky. Give you an update on the Inkster. I just changed all this out and she's already messed everything up. That's what monitors do. But let's find our little girl, our little beauty Inky. There she is. Come here, Inky. Let me show you this little beauty. And she's already starting to grow and her eyes are perfect. I did exactly what Kevin told me to do, as he is the guy that's mastered raising these little babies. And I'm so happy that I have his tutelage and that I'm fortunate enough to get one of these animals from him. Look at her eye. Perfect. I was real worried about her. She is doing just fantastic. I mean, I can't wait, because when I make room, like if I remove some of the, like I said, I'm going to be offering up for sale the Lewis eye iguanas and possibly the rhinoceros iguanas. And that opens up some caging, and she's going to get larger, and I'm going to want to get her outside. So that's what's going to happen. So now you know what's going on. Ah, hey, I'm getting a phone call. Probably a telemarketer. Look at her go. Let me check who's calling and silence this nonsense. Yeah, we'll silence this. I don't know who that is. So there she is, my little beauty. I think she's just, isn't she beautiful? So anyway, guys, thanks so much for joining me on today's episode. I just want to give you an update. There's so many cool things happening. You guys have been tremendous. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I just try and give you the real deal here, what's going on in my life and with my animals, without all the bells and whistles. We just give you the info, and you guys have been responding to it. Thank you so much. We have a lot going on, so you're gonna wanna check back on the channel, because I am getting visited by the guys at Aquascape, and whenever that happens, we get crazy, and animals get the most incredible enclosures. So I know it's been a long time. I know you guys have been waiting and waiting on that enclosure way out there, but man, it's gonna be beautiful, and I can't wait to show you guys step by step how we create it. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna leave you now. Why don't I leave you with some fish? African cichlids. See ya.